Yes, sir. YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown, episode 23. No Cedric Sabalas. Listen, man. We got it good for y'all today, man. Per usual, man. Y'all already know how we do, man. Listen, we talk about all things NBA related, man. Showing love to the NBA, man. Whether it be new or old. So if you guys are into NBA content, man, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, man. Join us here for all things NBA. And also, too, everybody hit that like button, y'all. Help us get the algorithm built back up, man, so we can find more NBA fans like yourselves, man, to join us here for these NBA conversations.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man. Got some things to get into here. But Mike Jones, he said some stuff. King's favorite point guard of all time. Brandon Jennings said some things. We're gonna have to get into that too, man.
Yes.
And and we, the main topic, man, a little main debate. We gotta talk about that too, man. But y'all already know how we start the show off usually, man. We gotta hit them with a little bit of I was told.
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 Let's see what old Bomani Jones had to say, King.
I have seen people online raise the very fair question: why is there so much discussion about putting the trophy decal on the floor? And I would argue that it's not so much specifically about the trophy decal itself. It is about the fact that the way that the finals have been presented has made the games just feel like games, as opposed to something that is a really big deal. You'll hear people make the point when talking about sports that it's entertainment, and that is not true. Sports is entertaining, but it is far more significant to people than entertainment. Yeah, there's an occasional movie franchise that gets people lining up at night and they talk about it for days or whatever it is. It doesn't mean the same thing to people. It doesn't pass down through families in that way. It doesn't transcend generations in that way. If you treat sports like entertainment, then sports get treated like the rest of entertainment gets treated right now, which is something that is not intended to be excellent, something that is not intended to be momentous, something that is not intended to be monumental, but simply something intended to occupy your time and attention. Play up the pageantry, play up the stuff around it. An audience needs.
Well, King, what's your thoughts on that rant by old Bomani Jones, man?
I think we talk about it a lot here. Like WWE, I compare it to as far as entertainment, movies. Shout out to Cuz We Geek, shout out to We Talk Combats. But yeah, sports is a different thing, and it always was for me growing up. I think the same for you. We talk about it a lot. It just meant a lot. Just growing up, following the team. We followed the Mavericks, so like following that whole journey to get even one championship was just like it meant so much to you to really like sit. I guess if you ever have kids and all, like talk to your kids, same thing. Like it transcends something else. Like it's not just a normal like movie or like a television show or something. It means so much more. I say all the time, like folks become athletes at times. You become your favorite team's athlete because it's like you're a part of the team. You go and you criticize. Certain times you have to catch yourself and all kind of things, and have to realize that you aren't a part of the team. That these guys are human beings at the end of the day, and that they actually have a job to do. But yeah, I agree with everything Bomani said, bro. Like he basically just said everything to a T. The finals representation, it should look better than this. We expect more. We've seen more in the past. It's now in the future, so it should look even better. Shouldn't be like cheesy graphics painted on there, not even painted on there. It's like a 3D effect in a way, or an AR effect in a way. It's something weird like that. But yeah, Bomani hit the nail on the head, bro. And Bomani's been on one recently, but he was on one the right way this time. Pause. So shout out to Bomani.
I agree with them. This is like you said, we've been talking about this for a while now. Why do I have to beg you to present the biggest stage of this sport that you cover better? Why do I gotta beg you to do that? That makes no sense to me, right? So this kind of goes back to when I seen folks. Now, mind you, these are the people who signed a deal with the NBA to present the NBA to the casual media, or should I say to the casual people, right? The fact that you treat this like it's some throwaway game, the fact that you talk about it, because remember, people was complaining about it before the series even started. Why I got to be these two teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I asked you. I said, man, listen, do you think it's better if you got like different teams in the finals, whatever? It's more parity in the league. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you got these two teams that are two very good teams. As a matter of fact, Pacers might win. Pacers about to win again tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody expected them to be there. Cheap plug. But the fact that they're these teams are very good teams. It's an entertaining finals. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't try to build none of that up. You just all of a sudden made your mind up because these aren't two big market teams that I'm not going to sit there and cover the same way I would have if it was the Lakers in Boston or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Your job is to present to the people what's going on. You're not doing that. You're putting your feelings and all that stuff into what you're presenting. That's not your job. And so that's why when you hear people say, like, man, why the game is not the same or whatever, this is why I be telling you all the time. Matter of fact, shout out to Freezy. I was on his show last night, and I said this same thing. I've been saying this over the last year. You've been hearing me say this. You've been hearing me say this since the stuff that happened with the marriage. You've been hearing me say this on this show. This is what I've been talking about for the longest. I don't love the game like I used to. I like the game. It has nothing to do with the players. Has nothing to do with the players. The players are good. They're great. I love the players. It is how the game is being presented. It's how it's being marketed. It is how it's being talked about. It is how the conversation with every fan in the world nowadays surrounding this sport, bro. Everything culminates to me not loving this sport anymore. You hear we always talk about the fact I love the old school basketball because we looked at it different. This is before everybody like put this emphasis on, okay, Jordan got 6 rings. If you didn't go undefeated in the finals, you trash, right? And so that's why I say, like, the way the sport is covered. This is a prime example right here. This is what I'm talking about when I say the way that this covered, bro. The way it's talked about, the way the conversation is surrounding the sport. I don't like it. It's very toxic. It's very negative. It is very draining. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the same anymore. To the point, like, bro, like we said it all the time. We used to run home and watch ESPN after school. Like I told my wife the other day, I said, for me, man, growing up, it was Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, BT,
Yep.
and ESPN. They're like your 4 channels, right?
Shit,
And
I threw MTV in there too, but yes, they were the channels.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you watch those main channels, right?
Mhm.
Every day. Those are the main ones that on your TV, bro. I don't watch ESPN no more. I told you before, I got the ESPN Plus app. I don't even know the code because I don't go on there, bro. Only reason why I got it because they kept pushing that whole, got a bundle. It's cheaper with the bundle thing or whatever. So that's why I ended up getting it. Cause I think I used it 1 or 2 times when Wemby was playing over in France or whatever. But
bro, I had ESPN Plus for the Olympics. That's it. When
you
made the Olympics and all that, that's when I had ESPN Plus. That was
you're
it.
right. My bad. I forgot about that too. Yeah,
Yep.
we did watch that. Yeah, because I think me was trying to look for it. We couldn't find it. I think you finally looked it up and text me like, no, it's on the
ESPN
Plus app. And I was like, damn it. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I got to use you now. But no. But no, like I was saying, bro. Like I said, the way the sport is covered, bro, it's not the same, man. It's not the same, man. Like it's When I sent you that clip or that video, I think it was a nonstop on YouTube, and they talked about the same thing, bro. Like, I don't understand the reason why the people are asking you. It's not just like to make it look pretty. Put the trophies on there. It's not about that. It's like you're not putting the same effort into this finals to make it feel like a finals. Like I said, it shouldn't matter who's in the finals. It's the finals. Do the montages, all that stuff, bro. They're not doing it, King. And you know what? This is also why I'm glad it's leaving ESPN, bro. Leaving ESPN, ABC, and all that. Go over to NBC. I'm guaranteed they're gonna treat it a whole lot better, bro.
It's greed, bro. It's greed. We already know ESPN and all them make their money either way, but they know that this isn't going to be a highly rated finals or whatever. Like it isn't. I think the first game or whatever, first two games were like one of the lowest rated finals games in a while, which we expected. They're two low market teams. Like that's why you need to promote. You need even more marketing for those type of like films.
And I was gonna say too about that, King, and they're adding to that. You're pushing that along as far. Yeah, you finally saying no. When you kind of telling people like y'all don't want to watch this, trust me, you don't want to watch this. This ain't like I said, this ain't Atlanta. I mean, this ain't LA and Boston. Y'all don't want to watch this. Trust me, you don't want to watch this. It's like
remember like what I told you before about like Iron Man and all. Like you pushed Iron Man and made him an A-level superhero or whatever. That's what you're supposed to do for these type of games. Like you keep asking who's the next face of the league and all that type of stuff. Why aren't you pushing the next generation to be the faces? Hey man, this ESPN. I don't get it, bro. Like it's ugly. It's a real ugly look. Like I said, the presentation is dookie. Like it's not like they've like they're in debt or anything right now. You feel me? Like the NBA has lost money or ESPN has lost money or something like that. And you'd be like, okay, you gotta go back or cut costs. Nah, bro, like they're gaining money every year. So why the hell wouldn't your presentation look better every year? So I don't know, bro. It's an ugly look. I think it's just greed. I think they understand that a lot of eyes aren't gonna be on the TV. So they're saying we're gonna cut costs, even though we have the money. Like that's an ugly look. That's like part of the 1 year. That's like Bronny and them not being in high school this year or whatever, right? And because they're LeBron and them sons, you got a special trophy for them. And then the next year you go and you win a championship, but because Bronny and them not there, you give them a different trophy. You feel me? Like a smaller trophy or something and cut back. Like that's a real ugly look. So yeah, I don't like it, but I don't know. Somebody get a ring though, bro. That's all I worry about at the end of the day. Like I wish the presentation was better, but at the end of the day, they can't take away that ring no matter what. I always tell people that you can't take away that ring. So somebody can get one.
Yeah, I remember I had an argument with a dude, man. RIP my boy Ruben, man. I had an argument with him one day. We were sitting there talking about, he was a Laker fan, so he was kind of still bitter about what the Mavs did to him back in 2011. So he was like, "Oh man, y'all's finals wasn't even that popular." I was like, "I don't care if the finals are popular. Do I have a ring? Like that's all I care about. Like I don't. It could be the worst viewed sports event of all time. Do I have a ring? That's all I care.
And I think that's rest in peace to your boy and all too. But I think that's BS. So I think the Mavericks and Heat finals was watched because it had the Heatles as well. So I know, but I'm saying
you were trying to get under my skin. You know?
Yeah. I think it was. I don't think it was like the highest or nothing like that, but I don't think it was like the least watched or anything. But I mean, it does hold a bunch of weight. That's all I can. You feel me like that?
I told him that. I said, bro, remember, I wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Look, I wasn't supposed to be here. Remember, so hey, it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, it's ESPN, bro. The only way ESPN is going to not affect the sports pop culture, bro. We gotta stop giving them the power, bro. But we know that's not gonna happen, man.
Why are all these people talking about ESPN once they get fired? It is what it is. Everybody can't be.
I guess they thought, hey, I'm playing along with the way y'all normally do stuff here. They get tired of you. I thought I was doing it the right way, like y'all wanted me to. No, I'm telling everybody, y'all the worst thing ever. You should have been trying to do the right thing when you was at ESPN, but
sound like a bunch of Tesla owners. We keep moving.
Shout out to Zach Lowe, man, because somebody was bringing that up one day. It's like, yeah, you fired Zach Lowe, but you keeping Kendrick Perkins. I said that before, but it is what it is.
Kendrick more entertaining than Zach, but Kendrick is not more knowledgeable, and he want to play the game, right?
That's what I was told. Like I said, hey, entertainment. Like I tell you before, go buy you a movie ticket, go watch a movie. That can entertain you. Go pick a controller, play a video game. That's entertaining. I need my sport to be a little bit. I need those folks to be a little bit more insightful, man.
Yeah, I care, bro. Like people put money on this. People, you feel me? Like people, I don't want to say live and die, but there's fights and all that happen over sports. Like sports when I was a kid, bro, was like major. Like I would go to back when I watched, football, the Ravens and the Steelers and all, and that you show up with a Steelers jersey on at Baltimore, you show up with a Ravens jersey on in Pittsburgh and all. You feel me? Like you ready to fight. Same thing with like the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Well, I'm about to say
here and all,
the
like,
NFC. I'm about to say NFC East. Boy,
yeah,
East.
like you feel me? Like it's rivalries that go beyond that. It's like
I almost got it to I was joking. Me, Will, and one of my cousin Rock who passed, man. We went to Washington DC, and I was like, man, I'm about to go in this Washington Redskins store, and I'm about to yell at where the Cowboy jerseys at. He trying to tell me like, nah, but don't do that. Like, nah, I'm just joking.
What year was this? What year was this?
This was I think I want to say like 2004 or 2005.
Okay, so it was like, was that RG3 or was that before RG3? It's before.
I'm
RG3,
trying to.
right?
I think it was before RG3. I think he was like mid 2000s. I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. The Redskins was trash.
They could have been the worst team in history of sport. You know how it is, bro. Bro.
No, but it's like that's even like that in soccer and all that too, bro. Like, that you have your teams that have rivalries and all. Like Dallas and I don't know how y'all are with San Antonio. Were y'all that deep with San Antonio at all? As far as like
San Antonio didn't pay us no mind.
Okay.
We couldn't stand San Antonio.
Y'all were irritating to San Antonio, but
right.
Couldn't stand. I understand. Okay.
We that little brother that just like, okay, that's nice, bro.
Like, come on, man. Like, you can't beat
move
us.
around. Move.
We're like,
Yeah,
stop.
exactly.
We're like, man, you keep beating us. Stop. Yeah.
Remember one time we beat y'all that one game? That's nice. Go ahead, man.
Shout out to San Antonio, bro. Like, it's a different respect I have for San Antonio now. Like the Spurs. It's crazy. Because I hated San Antonio Spurs, bro. I used to hate them so much, man.
Bro, I dated a girl who was a Spurs fan. I had to hear about it every day, bro.
Oh, bro. That had
but when they lost in 2011, though, I was like,
oh, man.
I'm like, God is good, boy. That don't mean nothing.
I did love when the Spurs lost that 8-1 series, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, bro, I was
Spurs. I'm like, and they only talk about it though, bro. And I'm like,
they don't.
They don't.
I mean, one time I think you brought it up one time, and I think a couple people were like, "Oh, for real?" Oh, I think it was like a members only or something. We brought it up, and people was like, "Oh, they did." Like,
I was so happy
because nobody talks about it.
Zebo, Mike Conley, and what's his name?
Tony Allen.
Gasol. I was thinking of Tony Allen, but what's his name? Marc Gasol. Oh my goodness, bro! Marc Gasol and Zach Rudolph. People thought Tim Duncan was done after that series. Remember?
Yep.
He had to keep going. They thought he was about to start retiring then, and then he still had the last run or whatever with San Antonio where they went to the finals back to back or whatever. But they thought he was about done at that point. They were like, man.
Oh, wait, no, that's before the Cavaliers. And
they were cooking Tim Duncan though, bro. Zach Rudolph and Zebo.
Zach Randolph and them, yes.
Woo.
Yeah,
bro. That was crazy.
Shout out to them boys. All right, man. What was that brought to you by, man?
Shout out to Fanatics as well, bro. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
All right, man. Let's get to the main topic here, man. Indiana won tonight, 116-107. So shout out to them boys, man.
They still didn't score 120 yet. And defense was championships.
Defense does win championships. Shout out to Nico. So check it out, man. We're gonna be talking about, because Indiana, a lot of people were told that they weren't even supposed to be in the finals, which is why the finals ratings are so low. So it got us thinking. Let's talk about these other teams, man, that weren't even supposed to make it to the finals, King. So let's get to it, man. This first team, bro, is really like the poster child of they weren't even supposed to be there. No. Shout out to the 1999 New York Knicks. All right, for the podcast listeners out there, man, they were the 8th seed in 1999. I remember this. I remember that Heat series.
I'm about to say who they beat in round one.
Yeah, I would say
Jesus, though, this dude kept losing to New York, bro.
Shout out to Freezy, man.
Tim Hardaway
Listen,
Sr., bro.
bro, I did not, especially I remember the Pacers series too. I thought they was gonna lose. I was like, man, I kept wondering, like, bro, why they keep winning, bro? I don't know why I didn't like New York.
It was just that weird year. You feel me? That was just a weird year, bro. That lockout season, and
I probably being a hater that year. I don't know.
yeah,
Bro,
like
why did I had no reason to hate New York. You know what I'm saying?
they
But
really
no, I lied. I hated New York until they got to the final because they didn't play the Spurs.
Yeah, they were damn near at the All-Star break, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, you couldn't even take these records seriously. All these teams that made the playoffs probably were good teams. You couldn't tell who was who. Like, that mean New York probably, since they made it to the finals, probably going to take off the second half of the season if they'd had a complete year, whatever like that. But it was unexpected, though, especially without Patrick Ewing as well, because Patrick Ewing was hurt this year. So, yeah, shout out to Spreewell and them boys, bro. Like,
shout out to Marcus Camby, man.
Yeah, man. Like, they were doing the thing. So, yeah, but this was, I don't know if it was unexpected. I should say, so the Knicks were the 8th seed, so they made it as an 8th seed, which is weird, but I thought the Knicks should have made the playoffs that year. You feel me? Like, it was it was a weird year that year, so they were just the 8th seed.
I can't remember. I feel like they stumbled into the playoffs.
They did because they did because I think that's Patrick Ewing got hurt. So I think that's how they stumbled in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, I feel the same. I think I remember that year, bro. I do remember that year, but I think I do remember that being the reason why they kind of because I think they would any draft Camby around that time because that was in '99. They drafted Camby in '96.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Camby was like supposed to be that. I think at that time they were playing Ewing and Camby together. Then they moved Camby to the 5. I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I
trying to think of the video game. Trying to get live.
My dad's Freezy. I can't remember. I want to say it's what they did, and they ended up moving him, kind of like how they did Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson. Ralph Sampson ended up leaving, and then they put Olajuwon at the
just trying to get the best, just trying to get the best talent on the floor.
Yeah,
kind of how you did with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. That's why Tim Duncan is a power forward. That's right. If David Robinson wouldn't have been a San Antonio Spur, I don't think Tim Duncan would have been a power forward.
No, I don't think so.
So he'd have been a center. He'd been one of the greatest centers of all time, but he wouldn't have been a power forward, the greatest power forward.
What you know what else stood out in this year?
Michael Jordan retired.
Well, I mean, yeah, he did retire, but there's a player on here that was number 2 in the MVP votes that year.
Or wasn't it Alonzo Mourning?
And where did he get eliminated in?
In the first round?
Now, to be fair, they got eliminated in 7.
It
was 7.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that.
And then one of the game winning shot in game 7.
Feel like it may have been.
I think it was Allen Houston.
Was it Allen Houston? That wasn't Larry Johnson.
Wait, what the Larry? No, it was Larry Johnson.
That wasn't Larry Johnson. Was it? It was 4-point play.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like
I can't remember. I'm saying everything just blends together, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, especially if it's not like your team.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to go through it and be like, watching it and remember what was going on. Like, yeah, it's blending together. But Alonzo Mourning, I never thought Alonzo Mourning was that dude. Like, I never thought Alonzo Mourning really was number 2, even. Like,
you sound like
3
that,
at best. You feel like Alonzo Mourning better than Dwight Howard?
No, I was just joking. No. Because put it like this: at one point, Dwight Howard looked at as the second best player in the league. Alonzo never looked at it, even though he was second in the MVP votes that year. He was never at any point. He wasn't even the top 5. No disrespect to Alonzo Mourning. You know what I'm saying? He is a Hall of Famer. I think he a top 75 too. I think.
Yeah, right? Probably so. He probably is. But he was like I said, he was a good player. This was just a weird year, bro. Like, it was just a weird year. So he came in second place or whatever in this MVP voting. But yeah, Alonzo Mourning was never like. You feel like who had a higher ceiling than you when they were playing? Alonzo Mourning or Larry Johnson?
Larry Johnson too.
Yeah.
Remember, Larry Johnson supposed to be the next Charles Barkley.
Yeah, Charles Barkley. Larry Johnson was nice. I thought Larry Johnson was that dude. That was the issue. Remember, Alonzo and wanted to be that guy as well, and they butted heads. But yeah, I thought Larry Johnson. I was never Alonzo Mourning fan, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's not saying he's not nice. You feel me? Like,
And then
I
they
ain't trying to say
really butted heads in
yeah,
butted heads in
yeah,
in that series. What was it? It
yep,
was Miami, New York. Yeah,
yeah.
the,
What you
the Jeff
got?
Gan, the Jeff Van Gundy grabbing
Yep,
on that leg.
on that leg, man.
Like he a little 5-year-old getting drugged.
But yeah,
All right,
that
man.
was yeah. Like I said, I wasn't a big Alonzo Mourning fan. And that's not saying he trash or anything, but I just wasn't.
Oh, my bad. It's for the podcast listeners. My bad. So in the 1999 Knicks were the 8th seed. They beat the Heat in the first round, Hawks in the second round, Pacers in the third round, and then lost to the Spurs in the finals. I think they lost to them in 6, I believe.
But Dikembe don't get enough credit, man. Dikembe was was winning in the playoffs a lot, bro.
Did he win against the Sonics?
Yeah, he beat the Sonics first round.
There you go.
I'm about to say he beat him in 5, and then I think he went 7 the next series. I think. Oh,
That was what was that? What year was that? That was what year was that, bro?
that was that 9? That was one of the years that the King won, wasn't it? Was it the first year? Was it 9-4? It might have been 9-4. Maybe.
Why don't I want to say 93?
So it was the. Hold on, what year they kept him to make it to play Jordan?
It's 96.
96. So it might have been 95 then. It probably was the year before.
It might
It
be
probably was the year before when they
that.
were number 1 seed. They would. So that was their run. They were number 1 seed. Remember?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they probably were number 1 both of them years back to back. Probably. It probably was like they lost and then came back. I'm thinking that's probably, or either it might have been 97 then. It was one of those years. I feel like either with it touched the year they went to the finals that they lost in the first.
I think that was earlier.
You might be right. You might be right, bro. You know how it is. You might be right.
Let's go into this next one here, man. Remember this one, 2007, Cavs, the second seed.
Yeah.
Of course, with LeBron, that was his first year in the finals, his third year in the league. They played the Wizards first round, and the Nets second round. The Pistons, that was the one right there. The Pistons in the conference finals, and then of course they lost to the Spurs. He got swept by the Spurs in the finals. What stood out to you on this one, man?
They weren't supposed to make the team, bro. I mean, I'm gonna say make the team, make the finals. Nets, Pistons, even I felt like at that time, even Boston was like a team. I feel like they had what's the name at that point? Paul Pierce and Twan Walker, right? At that time, at the same time, I think. That wasn't Twan was still there?
No, Twan was earlier.
That was before that?
Yeah, because if Twan was on that team in 2007, it probably was 88 Twan. Number 88 Twan. Because I used to play with the Boston Celtics on live 2000.
He was gone. Antoine Walker was gone by then?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Antoine Walker.
Remember we had 05.
That was 05? That was that early?
04? 05?
Yeah, right. You're right, because Antoine Jameson, you're right. So he was gone. So it wasn't Boston. I mean, Boston was trash by then. Boston wasn't a good team at this point then. So yeah, the Nets and the Pistons, I feel like were probably the two teams. But
that's when the Wizards had Larry Hughes and them. No.
They had Jameson, Caron Butler, and Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, my bad. Yes.
That team, they had no defense, bro. Like you look at that team now, and they had Gilbert Arenas, Anton Jameson, and Caron Butler, bro, and they couldn't beat LeBron James, man. And I mean, it's LeBron James now, but like, damn, like, y'all could never get past them. That's wild.
I think that Pistons team, that was when that was like their last leg.
Yeah.
Because I think Chauncey that next year ended up going to Denver.
Yeah, Bron went off against them, bro. Against the Pistons and all. Like Bron, that Pistons series was amazing. That's one of those series like, damn, he should have had a ring with that one. That Eastern Conference Finals, bro.
He definitely did a carrying job that year.
Yeah, man. I thought he could maybe get one. I didn't think he could win a championship this year, though. Like I was like, if he'd won a championship this year, we've been starting that Jordan conversation for real early.
There's another standout tidbit in this year. You probably not gonna guess this one.
Dallas Mavericks lost in the first round.
Oh my god, bro, we gotta bring that up. No, I was gonna say that was the last year Jason Kidd was on the Nets. Remember he went to the Mavs.
Yeah, thought you were gonna say the Mavericks lost in the first round.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, Dirk won the MVP.
I don't know. I don't remember none of this stuff. I think after Dirk got his MVP, they shut the league down that year. I think.
Nah, I think Avery Johnson went back in time and played that last game of the season. I always, bro. If I could change one thing, bro, like go back and play our last game of the season, yeah. Like it's your finals, like it's your finals. Play it, bro, and try to beat the Warriors that last game so we can knock them out and them not make it.
Would have played the Clippers first round, bro.
Yeah, we won a championship. They played against the 2007 Cavs. They'd have beat them.
Yep. All right, bro. Let's get to this next one here, man. Check this out. The 2009 Orlando Magic. They were the 3rd seed. Yeah. They played the Sixers first round, Celtics second round, Cavs 3rd round. We'll probably get to that here in a little bit. And then, of course, the Lakers. They lost to the Lakers in 6 in the finals. Shout out to Hito Turkoglu.
Yeah. I didn't think they were like too unbelievable. They were the 3rd seed. They wanted a big 3 in the East,
bro.
Between them, the Cavs, and the Celtics.
They weren't supposed to get past the Cavs, bro.
No, they weren't. It's supposed to be Cavs.
It's supposed to be Cavs, Lakers. Yeah, the Dolls and all that. Yep.
But I'm saying they were the 3rd seed, though. You feel me? Like they weren't. Every year, somebody ain't supposed to win. Like we weren't supposed to beat the San Antonio Spurs. Then you feel me? The year that they beat them and went to the finals and lost in 2006, but they did. And it's not like, oh my goodness, that year wasn't like, oh my goodness, the Mavericks had no chance. It was just San Antonio had a better record than them. Like I think the 2009 Magic had a good record. Probably won 50 games that year, or whatever. So I think the big 3, like I said, that year was the Celtics, the Cavs, and the Magic, and they just number 3 made it. So wasn't that big of a deal.
Also, too, this was Dwight Howard that was the second MVP vote, Dwight Howard around this time.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think they had that article talking about who you would rather build your team around. I think he was number 2 on that list as someone that teams would like to build around at that time. Yeah, because Orlando Dwight Howard was different, man. He was a defensive beast. That dude was so good at defense. They surrounded him with a bunch of just straight offensive guys, and he got him to the finals.
Bro, I remember he caught that lob over Tim Duncan, that game-winner lob that was like the top of the backboard, bro. It's like, oh my God, this dude Dwight Howard is different. But yeah, man.
Bro, I wish Dwight Howard was like at least like 6'11", bro.
Bro, if he'd have been 7 feet, nah, he still wasn't. He wasn't skilled enough offensively. That was what Shaq thing with Dwight Howard too. It was like he couldn't. He was so skilled defensively, it's like took away from his greatness offensively. Like it was like, damn, go ahead, Dwight, just learn
learn
dominant post something and move.
Maybe he worked with Akeem Olajuwon and all that. Bro. Like why
he'd always do that dribble. He'd never have a post move. He'd drive past you to do a hop step and then even do a move or pass out or whatever. That's it. He would never have like a back you down post move or nothing. He couldn't do that. He didn't do back down post. He would just turn around and start dribbling the basketball.
If he couldn't fake you right, if he faked you right and went strong left, he gonna dunk it or whatever.
Yep.
But if he went to his right, he tried that little hook or whatever, or just try to dunk over or go through.
Or whatever. He can't. Yeah. He had no like back you down. It's like damn, because Dwight Howard like a big dude. Pause. You feel me? You would think he would be able to back anybody in the paint or whatever like that, and he just didn't do it. I don't know,
bro. He should have been watching. Well, like I said, he went and trained with Akeem Olajuwon. I don't understand how he didn't pick anything up. Then on top of that, yeah, and then on top of that, bro, what you should have did, you should be looking at David Robinson tape. You should be looking at Patrick Ewing tape. Develop a 10 to 15-foot jumper, bro. Like even Shaquille hit you with an 8-9 foot hook.
Turnaround hook, bro. Yeah.
That's where that term, jump hook you to death came from.
Yeah,
right?
Like, a little baby hook. Shaq used to have a little jump hook all the time, free throw hook.
Cause what was the Lakers doing that year, bro?
Shot.
Like push you out the paint and stuff, bro. You having to battle 2 big guys. Guess what? If you can't get to the paint, bro, develop a little shot ran from like 10 feet out. Yeah, something
bro. Like he had nothing, but he could go to the hook, but it was like a baby hook, and it wasn't a high percentage hook. It was like, okay, he made it. You feel me? Like, okay. So let me compare it to like a Derek Lively right now. Like it's not unstoppable, but like Derek Lively can make it when you give him the ball. He actually takes shots. Like, all right, but it's not a move like when Shaq had the ball and he got to that point and he turned it around over his shoulder and threw it up. You thought 9 times out of 10 it was going in. You feel me? Like, all right, he gonna make that. The Dwight Howard, it was like, he gonna make him sometimes. He gonna have a good game, and then sometimes he gonna miss him, and he gonna have a bad game. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so He just wasn't that type of dude offensively, but he should have been top 75 though.
Yeah, he definitely should have been top 75. I agree with that.
Yeah.
King, here it is. The 2011 Mavs. They were the third seed. Check this out, man. I think y'all already know. They beat the Blazers first round, the Lakers second round, the Thunder third round, and what? They won against the Heat in the finals in 2011, man. Shout out to Dirk.
Yep. They lost 4 games that year, right? Yep.
Let's see, 2,
1 and
3. Yeah. Wait, hold on.
No. 4. They lost
6.
5 games. 5.
Cause they had what? 2 Blazers,
2 in the Blazers, and 1 with the Thunder.
Oh, okay.
Lakers got swept.
Yeah, Lakers got. They did. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they got swept. But so this one was different for this one was unexpected for a different reason. Not because of the record. Like I said, they were one of the best teams in the Western Conference, one of the big 3, like I said about the East and all that. But because of all the failures that the Mavericks had beforehand, especially coming out of that 2006 championship run, finals run, I should say, and losing all the time in the first round. I think they only got past the first round one time after that, between 2006 and 2011. Yeah, so it was like, nah, the Mavericks are going to lose no matter what. So for them to do that, yeah, it was unexpected, bro. This is one of the most unexpected. I couldn't even believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I really started believing it when we beat the Lakers.
Yeah, when they swept the Lakers, I was like,
I was like, hold up, we might something going on right here. And then, yeah, when we got to the final, I don't know why, bro. Something in me told me when we got to the finals day we were gonna win that year. Like, because we had lost the last time, I'm like, bro, we gonna win it. Like, we going through these teams, something gonna happen. We gonna beat them. And game 2, when we won game 2, I knew we were gonna win the championship. We beat the Heat. We came back and won that game.
Came back 15. Yep.
I knew we were gonna win. When we were going back home and all, even when they won game 3, when Miami had to win at the end and Dirk missed a shot at the end, and I was like, damn, Dirk should have made that. Like, Dirk could have won that game or whatever like that. And that
would have been 5-1.
Yeah, we could have beat him in 5. Tell you the truth. So yeah, that was once we came back and won game 2. It was a wrap. So that was a good team, bro. They should have ran it back. That's crazy.
I remember this year because Dallas struggled going into the playoffs. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep.
Then they lost like 4 in a row, and then they won that very last game against the Hornets, because that was a game that Tyson Chandler had hip checked CP3. And they made a big deal about it, because I remember a lot of people were talking about the Mavs being soft and all that when it was on that little losing streak before they went to the playoffs.
Yep.
And I remember them interviewing Tyson Chandler about him hip checking, Chris Paul. And he kind of was talking about he did that to send a message to the team, like, yo, we got to be tough out here, man, because people think we soft and all that stuff. And he was talking about how, man, if he can hip check one of his close friends, then, you know.
You what you should be able to do for the team then. Yep.
Yeah. So I definitely remember that, bro. But shout out to Dirk and them, man, 2011. Yeah. All right, bro. Check this one out, man. We got the 2019 Raptors. They were the second seed, man. They beat the Orlando Magic in the first round, the Sixers in the second round, which bro, that felt like an Eastern Conference Finals game series, bro. That was that good. The Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then of course they beat the Warriors that year. What was on your mind on this one, man? What was your takeaway from this year, bro?
I don't think it was that unexpected.
Whoa, hold on there, man. I thought the Bucks weren't going. I mean, I thought the Raptors weren't going to make the playoffs this year, bro. What you talking about?
For real? They had the number 2 seed, bro, and Kawhi Leonard was doing load management.
Yeah, load managing. Yeah,
like I thought the Raptors were good. Like,
shout out to Pascal, man.
Yeah, like I didn't think this was unexpected. They were number 2 seed, and like we just said, they would let the guy load manage. So, nah, I mean, I guess because they won, or because they're Toronto and they got their first title, but Kawhi was that dude. I thought Kawhi was the second best player in the NBA at that point, bro. I really did. Screw a Kevin Durant and all that. I thought KD was number 3. I thought Kawhi was the second best behind LeBron James when he was healthy. So, and shoot, even back when they played each other, you remember with the San Antonio Spurs when they played Kawhi and them, KD and them on Golden State.
He almost won that when he got hurt. Yeah, when he got hurt KD, by 20.
He was up on that game 1. Kawhi was that dude. So I didn't think this was unexpected. It was unexpected they won the championship because the guys got hurt and all on Golden State. But no, they were legit. They were one of the best teams in the East. They were the best team in the East.
So you remember a lot of people were picking the Sixers to win that to make it to the finals that year because they picked up Jimmy, and then of course he had to bounce her around world with Kyrie. I said Kyrie when Kawhi hit that little fadeaway in the corner, bro.
Yep.
So,
I think the
yeah, I'm with you.
Sixers were the third seed that year,
I
right?
think like third seed, yeah.
Yeah, and they were getting picked, and the Raptors had a higher seed than them with load management on their best player.
Cause did they get Jimmy at the trade deadline?
No, I think they had him the whole year, didn't they?
Why do I feel like he was?
He didn't make it to the. Remember, he got mad at Minnesota, right? And they didn't start the year with him or something. They traded him early in the year, like because he wasn't playing. He didn't start. He went to training camp and did the whole little "I'm better, you need me" and all that stuff, and they told him go home and you're not coming back. I don't think that was that. That was like the trade deadline, though. I don't think it was that late. I don't think so, was it? The glow y'all let us know either way.
Yeah, they let us know. But yeah, I'm with you. Now I think the unexpected part is them beating the Warriors, but then of course, like you said, the Warriors end up getting injured.
Yeah.
So Clay got hurt. That was Clay's first injury, and then of course, Kevin Durant got injured in that. So yeah, I'm with you on that one, bro.
And DeMarcus Cousins is coming back from injury.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was on that team, wasn't he? So
DeMarcus Cousins.
This one might be unexpected for real. Check this one out, King. The 2020 Heat, they were the 5th seed. This was the bubble year, of course, y'all know. They beat the Pacers first round, the Bucks second round, the Celtics third round, and then of course they lost to the Lakers in 5 in the bubble championship. So, the one I think stand out to me is that Bucks series. That's when we kind of was like, yo, when is Giannis gonna finally get over the hump and stop letting these teams build walls on them in the playoffs? But we take away from this, man.
Not much. This is kind of like you say the same thing about 99 with 2020. Basically, rinse and repeat. That's how I feel about 2020. Just a special situation. So seeding and all didn't really matter. We had a different type of basketball in the bubble. I think LeBron said that on the show not too long ago. We had what's his name for the Indiana Pacers at that point dropping like 50 piece all the time.
What's your boy name?
I can't think of his name right now with the braids.
Warren. Warren.
Yeah. Yep. What's his whole name? Why can't I think of? I'm forgetting. That's wild. But him,
TJ Warren.
Yep, TJ Warren. There you go. But yeah. So yeah, rinse and repeat. 99.
I think TJ Warren played for the Knicks. He played from last year. I think he had like a 10-day contract. Shout out to Freezy, man.
If he's still been playing for the Pacers, he might have got a championship.
That's crazy. It's wild. All right, bro. Let's get to 20. Let's get to the next one, man. Check this one out, man. Your favorite team, 2021 Suns, man.
Yeah.
They were the 2nd seed, so they played the Lakers first round, Nuggets second round, Clippers in the conference final. I remember that one. And then of course they lost to the Bucks, man. With Giannis dropping that 50 piece in game. What was it, game 6 or 7? What did it go? 6?
6, yeah.
Yeah, in game 6, he dropped that 50 piece. Yeah. No sides.
Yeah, this is unexpected because this was the Clippers' first year after the bubble, right? Yeah, this is after the bubble when they got CP3, and they got to the 2nd seed, and we didn't know if they were actually like legit or not yet. This was their year, like Houston and all them, like the way they treat them now, or OKC before, and those teams where they were like, are they too young? You know, where are they going to go? And they actually made it to the finals that first year. They were actually supposed to be something special. So, it's Phoenix Sun organization, man. Decisions they made, but yeah, so it was unexpected. I didn't expect them to go to the finals at all. I didn't expect them to be that good at the beginning of the year, even with getting Chris Paul, and then they beat.
Well, no. It's not that year.
It's not the Chris Paul year.
No, Chris Paul went on the Clippers.
No. I'm saying when the Suns had Chris Paul, even when they got Chris Paul.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying that I didn't expect them to be that good with the addition of Chris Paul. I didn't think that'd take them. Remember, they just missed the playoffs in the bubble the year before. They won an 8-game win streak or something like that. They won every game, but just missed the playoffs. They got Chris Paul because Chris Paul took Shai Gilgeous in the OKC Thunder to the 4th seed the year before. They came here. I didn't think he'd take them to the 2nd seed. And like I said, I didn't think he'd take them to the finals. But once they beat the Lakers in them the 1st seed, they got injured as well and kept going. The Clippers were hurt as well, too. They had Kawhi at that point, but they lost to the Bucks. And we thought they'd get better. But that was unexpected, though, for them to go to the finals. I ain't going to lie. Even though they were 2nd seed.
Yeah, because the way they beat the Lakers in that first series, man. Shout out to your boy Anthony Davis, man.
Yeah. Wasn't Braun hurt, though, that series or something? His ankle or something like that again?
Yeah, I think so.
I think AD might got hurt too. I think both of them might got hurt.
You think AD got hurt?
I ain't. If I had to bet, if
I mean,
I had to bet on it, I bet that he did get hurt.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this next one here, man. Check it out, man. The 2023 Heat. Dang, 18 again. Here we go. They beat the Bucks in the first round, the Knicks in the second round, the Celtics in the third round, and of course they lost to the Nuggets.
Yeah. This is actually one of the most unexpected without winning a championship. If they'd have won a championship, this probably have been like one of the craziest championships of all time.
I gotta ask this question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't Jokic get scrutinized for beating an 8th seed Heat, but LeBron them got scrutinized for beating a 5th seed Heat?
How we gonna have this conversation, man?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Joker's only beaten 150 win team so far, right? And the 150 win team was partially led by possibly the biggest choke artist in NBA history. So, you feel me?
I was just wondering, bro, because I was sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, hold on,
they had videos out today talking about Joker plays better defense than Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh yeah, oh my god,
I was laughing, bro. I wanted to respond in the comments, and I was like, you know what? Don't even do it. Don't do it. I was like, don't do that. That's they just rage baited. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They talking game winners, 3 game winning blocks back to back by the Joker this season. I was like, bro, these people are wild, bro. They are wild, man. But let it be. Let it be.
Oh man. Speaking of let it be, the 2024 Mavs, man. I feel like it was so long ago, King. They were the 5th seed. Of course, we already know they went through that team we just talked about, the Clippers. They went through the Thunder. They went through the Wolves, and then of course he lost to the Celtics.
Damn, we got the job done, bro. How things would have been so different, man. That's crazy, man. But yeah, it was unexpected. They made that whole team in the middle of the year. Got it right. Like, that was a good team, man. That
was it unexpected?
It wasn't when the trade happened. It was unexpected for the beginning of the season.
Right.
You feel me? Like when the trade happened, they became legit. They were running through the league, they were the hottest team going into the playoffs. But yeah, before the beginning of the year, I don't think people thought they were going to get to the finals.
Yeah, I agree. Last but not least, man, we got the 2025 Pacers. They were the 4th seed. Of course, they beat the Bucks in the first round. They beat the unstoppable Cavs in the second round. Then they beat the Knicks in the third round. And right now they're playing the Thunder, which they're now up 2-1, King.
Yeah, they won the game they had to win, bro. That's crazy. Good job, Rick. So I'm gonna say this is not that unexpected. It's unexpected, but it's not as unexpected as it could be because they made it to the East Conference Finals last year. Like real people that pay attention to basketball don't know what they did last year. You feel me? So it's like, all right, they got to get better. But it's folks that didn't, believe in them and all as well. Like, I don't know. It shouldn't have been unexpected. Not as unexpected, I guess, as people think.
Yeah,
like we heard when they played the Bucks, they got the Bucks, and the Bucks were the higher seed or lower seed. No, lower seed this year because it was 4 or 5. We knew automatically, no matter where the Bucks fell, they didn't want to play the Pacers. You feel me? Like we knew the matchup was like, bro, that's not a good matchup for the Bucks right now. Like they're going home first round. Giannis again. Damn, Giannis. Like so, yeah. I don't know. I didn't think it was that unexpected, but the media did, I guess.
Like I said, bro, I've been calling it since the off season.
You called it since last off season, bro.
Well, yeah.
I mean, give yourself more credit than that. You called Indiana last year. Watch out for when they went to the conference finals.
So you know what I'm saying, like. The fact that that's why when we talked about the first 2 games and they were struggling. Of course, they won the first game, but it wasn't in a convincing fashion. They literally had to pull it out, right? Pause. And then they was a game winner. It was only up by they only had to leave. What was it, like for 2 minutes in the whole entire first two games or whatever, right? So it's to the point now, man. Listen, if they win this year. This might be the most convincing win of all time, bro. This might trump the I know you're gonna say because he got Pascal or whatever, but this team was not supposed to be As far as with people,
Nah.
the casual people, they weren't supposed to be there, right? Like people weren't. Nobody's picking Indiana even make the conference finals. Let alone, remember last year, everybody was talking about how it was a fluke. Remember?
Yeah. But who
They
are you
weren't
about to
supposed
say though? You about to say over the Mavericks? You about to say over the Hakeem Olajuwon and them?
both.
Whoa! You saying this championship is going to weigh more than? You know what, bro? I'm gonna have to sit like outside of my fandom of being like a Mavs fan and all that, and like sitting here
Hey,
thinking about it. It's
that's why I would expect you to kind of listen what I'm saying, because I said, now who did I say would have the hardest run to the championship? I said with Dirk, right,
uh-huh.
bruh.
It's a mean
This team,
run, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like if they win this, they would have beat a 68 win team, damn
Hell
near
yeah,
70
you're
win
right.
team.
You're right. But they beat
Bruh.
the Heatles though, bro. I mean, Heatles sometimes winning a certain amount of games though not the same. You feel me? Like Golden State
now.
1 year won 50 something games, and they still were like a juggernaut. You feel me?
Hold on, now I was told, King, don't do that.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
told the Thunder was a great. It's better than the '96 Bulls. Is what I was told.
I mean, the
Come on,
Thunder.
King.
Nah,
Come on,
that's not the. They not
man.
they not the Heatles, bro. We ain't gonna do that. They not. They already making them a dynasty. They gonna find out. That's why they
Oh
shouldn't have got
man,
put on that pedestal already. That's why you don't do that to these teams, bro.
yeah.
I'm waiting to see how the offseason look at the Thunder lose, bro. Like I want to see how the media treats them. Like, bro, they won
That's what I'm waiting
68.
on.
They won 68 games a year. That's not. They won more games than the Mavericks won a year. They lost in the first round.
Yeah.
This is, yeah, like I don't know, but this would be. What does Tyrese Halliburton go for real though? Like people don't really want to call him a superstar, and I don't
That's
feel
what
like
I was about to ask you. That's what I was about to ask you. Like, what does this make Tyrese Halliburton now?
I think it's more they're going to make this more of a team ring.
Oh man, okay, they're doing that.
As I think it kind of should be though. Like it's this is.
So they saying they Detroit.
Pascal won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. If Pascal didn't win that, maybe we could have a conversation about it. Take Halliburton to another level. You feel me? Like we can talk about Halliburton being a top 5 player. Like now people can argue him being top 10 if you win a championship. You feel what I'm saying? Like you win a championship, you got to go in the next year and still prove it though. He's the guy at 10 that's going to be, well, is this for real? I know he did it 2 years in a row, but they still going to say is this a fluke or whatever. Like you got to go prove it again. Be the first team to win it back to back. You feel me? Then it's real. It's really for real if you win it back to back. It's nobody, Giannis, Joker. You feel me? None of them guys have won it back to back. So if you can get it back to back, then that's a different beast. But I think this one will be seen as more as a team championship.
He'll have a chance to, because the East is decimated, because they're saying that Boston gonna have to break that up because of the salary and all that. The whole Giannis situation, because Dame gonna be out damn near all season.
Cleveland,
Cleveland, yeah, you know what I mean. They might be losing Darius Garland.
They gonna be.
Boston hurt. You know what I'm saying?
The favorites. I'm in New York. Got to get a new coach. So the favorites, they should be the favorites next year. I think the Eastern Conference favorites are probably going to be depending on how the draft goes and players, because somebody could be a superstar right away. Somebody could be a superstar. I mean, it could be somebody other than Cooper Flagg. It could be Cooper Flagg, somebody else that just show up and like, damn, who is this guy? Like, we didn't know he was this guy coming. You never know until they're in the NBA and they play the game. So, but they should be the favorites next year, other than the Knicks. And the Knicks, like I said, got to get a new coach or whatever. So I don't see anybody else. Like the Cavs not going to be better than the Pacers next year. Off top, we're not going to think the same team. The Bucks aren't going to be. Philadelphia is not going to be. Like New York, I don't think they're going to be. And even they don't have the coach, so you can't put them above them. They're having a losing situation like that. So yeah, bro. Like depending on the West, I guess.
One more question, we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
If they win, if the Pacers win, are they a dynasty?
No.
I thought the one win was a dynasty, bro. What you talking about, man?
I mean, they went to the conference finals last year, so according to ESPN, they would be.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's got to be conference finals now.
That's crazy.
Then they're gonna move it down. Hey, did you at least win 45 games? Okay, you're a dynasty.
I don't even care if they go to the Eastern Conference Finals again next year. They're not a dynasty unless they win it again.
Well, what do ESPN say, King? Let's go by what ESPN says. Worldwide leader in sports, King.
ESPN told me a couple of days ago that the Thunder were a dynasty already. How they down 1-2 in the finals right now? How y'all gonna tell me they're a dynasty?
Bro, you don't know what a dynasty is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't know ball, bro. God
That's
dang, King.
crazy. They're going to destroy them. Like I want. You know what I always wanted for media, though. Real talk. All those people that say, or all the people that said that craziness, and they thought it was so like hot take or the take they wanted to say first or whatever. Everyone that said that the Thunder were a dynasty, if they lose this finals, I want them to all come out and say, "I'm sorry, I was wrong. That was a stupid take." But they're not, though. They're just going to crucify OKC Thunder, though, and treat them like they didn't believe the same thing.
I'm gonna blame you for not living to the expectation that I said you could do.
Put on,
like,
yep,
what?
Yep.
I didn't say I was Jesus. Oh, hey, I said you're Jesus and you didn't live up to it. I'm killing you now. Like dang, bro.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. You ready to get to the next segment here, bro?
Yes, sir. They got
All
pause.
right, man. So Brandon Jennings had some stuff to say to Jason Tatum's trainer. We're not gonna play the audio because it was a little extra, rated R. So just give you a little brief summary here. So Brandon Jennings and the great and wise crew on Gil's Arena have been on one lately. They've been criticizing and emasculating guys and stuff like that, man, calling people bees and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Gil talking about Cat. Brandon Jennings went off on Jason Tatum, calling him soft and all that stuff. So Jason Tatum's trainer, of course, defends Jason Tatum and pretty much was keeping it to straight basketball. So Brandon Jennings didn't like that. Brandon Jennings goes on Gil's show, threatened the guy and started talking about, yeah, man, meet me on the court and all this and that and this. So that's where we at right now. I don't know if you heard her, saw the video.
Yeah,
Oh, you saw the video?
it.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I just got one question, King.
Mm-hmm.
Where was his energy at for Pat Bev when he called you out?
Oh, you don't know the rest of that story with Pat Bev? So,
go ahead.
Oh, so he had the energy for Pat Bev, but then he ended up playing against, I think it was either a high school baller or a college baller, and got like his tail whipped in the game. He didn't realize that he was like an older guy now that really don't do basketball as a profession now. Like these guys are hungry, trying to be in the NBA, and he never was a great defender. That never was Brandon Jennings' calling. So hey, guy was cooking them. So I think that all died down. But like Brandon Jennings, that whole show on one, but they're past entertainment. They're like they get to the level where somebody gonna wanna shoot. They almost want to fight each other on the show between like Kenyon Martin and all that. Like I used to like. The thing is that Brandon Jennings. That's why you got to watch the crowd you're around, bro. Like for real.
Yeah. Because
Brandon Jennings used to be the one on the show that gave actually like good takes. The one that would actually call out Gil and all when he's saying wild stuff. And now it feels like he feeling himself as Gil. Been on one like they pumping him up and all that, and like all the guys on there like trying to be like bullies in a way, like a bully club. And I don't know, bro. Like he got to chill, but I would be surprised the athletic guy, that trainer, kick his ass in basketball right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like Brandon Jennings ain't out here playing ball, bro. Like Brandon Jennings been through injuries and all that stuff. Brandon Jennings got to chill right now, bro. He ain't in the NBA no more. There's a reason why he not.
Bro, this is why whenever you got guys like this who criticize these type of players, this is why people pull your resume up. It's like, Brandon Jennings, come on, you talking about Tatum and you're nowhere near this dude at all. Tatum's going to walk into the Hall of Fame. You're going to be in the crowd watching him receive the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Tatum could retire right now, and he's arguably a first ballot. Like they would. You know what? I don't even think it's arguably. I think he'd be first ballot because he has gold medal and championship and all that. I think he's first ballot. He's the first ballot Hall of Fame. Brandon Jennings will never make the Hall of Fame, and that's no not a Brandon Jennings. And the thing is, I hate when people do the thing like, don't talk to me if you're on my level, unless you're on my level and all, like to the trainer. But you literally were talking to Jason Tatum. Like you literally were doing the same thing you're saying the other guy can't do to you.
Then on top of that, you had another guy, supposedly not on your level, was challenging you and said, "We can go play ball right now."
Yeah.
You didn't want no smoke.
He said he gonna get hurt and all that stuff. Like Pat Bev, the way he played. Pat Bev, well, if that's the way Pat Bev plays, the NBA allows Pat Bev to play that way, and Pat Bev was playing that way in the NBA, and I don't know why you have a problem. Pat Bev would have cooked him though. He been out the league too long. Like it ain't about, you got to use it or you lose it with like anything.
I guess they got this idea, man. You just wake up, man, and you still that guy.
Like,
whatever.
there's a reason he wasn't in the NBA, and like what's his name? Pat Bev was still in the NBA last year. Like one of that's different levels. You're not on his level anymore. You feel me? There's no disrespect, but you're just not on his level.
Which is what Pat Bev told him. So
yeah, like it's a difference when you first come into the league and when you were in high school and all that stuff. There were circumstances. Yes, you went through injuries and stuff like that. That happened, but it happened, and it hurt your career. We were talking about guys like Grant Hill and them. If injuries in them didn't happen, they may have been better than Kobe Bryant and all that. We may be sitting having a different conversation, but the injuries did happen, so they never became that person. So they can never be that. It is what it is.
I agree, bro.
Simple. Pause. Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, get to this next segment of the questions in the comments, man. If you guys got any questions or any comments addressing me and King here in the comments section, man, please hit us with the CNC in front of your question or your comments. So that way we know you're addressing us and not any of the fellow Glow Yard members. We ask you to be respectful in the comment section, of course. And if any super chats come in, we'll address the super chats first. All right, man. Let's get to the comments and questions.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
All right, King, what we got, man?
Hey, shout out to DDP. We got Queen in the house. What up, babe? I think she's asleep now, but she just did the hashtag CNC. Yes. And Glow Yard as well. We got CJ in the building doing a salute. What up, CJ? Yes, sir. Daniel Berry in the house. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hey, follow Daniel Berry for all your sports highlights. My guy over there. Tell you every highlight. There's always a new highlight in my subscription area in my on my page on YouTube. I'm like, Daniel Berry, another highlight, another one. Let me see what he got there.
Shout out to Daniel Berry, man.
Yes, sir. And Austin's a Glow Yard member. He says the pace is up 2-1. This crazy. Is the series over? Not yet. Not yet. The Pacers had to win this one. I think this one was more pressure on the Pacers to win this game, Austin. We talked about it in the last game. But now, excuse me, either way, OKC got to win 2 in a row now.
Yeah.
They got to win. They have to now win 2 in a row. They have to win this one and win their one in OKC now, or stuff is dangerous. So, yeah, this next game is now the pressure's back on OKC to be the number 1 team in the league and to get another dub in Indiana, because if they don't, Austin, I'll tell you this is not the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like that don't happen on the regular. It only happened one time. If the Pacers win game 4, the series is a wrap. I told you it might be one of them years, bro. Like we said earlier, where the other team wins, beat the team that has a better record, and it's like a 4-1 series, like the Detroit Pistons and the Lakers and all. Like,
listen, spoiler alert, Austin. I got Pacers winning game 4.
Then I mean, this series is over, bro. I don't know why you said 6 or 7. Then if you got to win the game 4, this is over.
Because I got them winning game 4, and then what's the name win
What's that winning
game
5 and
yeah,
OKC?
and then and
Pacers
then
winning it at home.
yeah, win at home.
I don't think, bro. I'm telling you, if
So
the
I think
Pacers,
OKC gonna get like real desperate when they get back home, bro.
I think it's done. I think if they go
Hey,
down 3-1,
if it is, you know, I'm
it's
cool
a
with it.
wrap, bro. Like I think it's done. I think they're gonna have one of those moments again in Game 5 where it's gonna be close to the end, and they're gonna get punched them up like one of those Indy making them big buckets at the end of the game and all that. Like, yeah, bro. You don't realize how important clutch is in the NBA. Like teams are so like evenly matched. Like they're just good. There's so much talent in the NBA. When you got clutch guys, shout out to the Mavericks as far as Luka last year. Clutch take you over the hump. Like when you keep the game close and just say, hey guys, we got these guys. Go get buckets for us. We know you're gonna get buckets right now. That's what happens. That's why guys are different guys in the playoffs. That's what makes a superstar. One of the things we talk about making a superstar, those moments. Go ahead, bro.
Two things actually. Not only having a clutch player and having an elite coach.
Yeah, you said shout out to Jason Kidd.
Yeah, shout out to Rick Carlisle, bro. Got to give him his props too.
Jason Kidd. They said Maverick said no, huh?
Shout out to Freezy. But yeah, man. I think that's all
That's
of
it.
them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Twitter, man. Twitter showing major love today.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Twitter, man. Shout out to the Glow Yard. Listen to it, man. If y'all could do us a favor, man, come on over here to the YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Join us here as we have all NBA conversations every Monday evening and Wednesday evening, guys. So you guys can join us here. Also, too, man, everybody, please hit them likes for us, man. Help us get the likes up tonight to build that algorithm up, man. Like Queen said, man, get them likes up for this indie dub, y'all. Get that likes up for the indie dub tonight, y'all. Yes, sir. Throw them likes up, y'all, please. Also, too, man, we will be back here on Friday, members. So y'all already know, man. You want to join us here on Fridays? Simply hit that join button next to the subscribe button right there, man. But consider becoming a member of the channel, as we have our members only Fridays, y'all. We have members only shows every Friday morning. All right. Also, too, follow me on my other channel, Cause We Geeked, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Man, shout out to James Gunn, man. He got some news that's dropped, some more Marvel news dropped. So we got some DC and Marvel news that's pretty much dropped this week, man. We're gonna talk about it. Shout out to BA, shout out to Big J, and of course, shout out to my cuz, man. We've been sending stuff to each other all day, talk about the news that's dropping this week. So we're gonna talk about that, man, because Superman dropped another trailer. I have not watched it. Big J.
I saw the greatest trailer ever.
Big J almost got me, bro. I told him I keep it to a 2 trailer minimum. Do not show me I don't want to see no clips. I don't want to see no short, nothing. I want to see anything. I'm done. And Big J sent me a darn trailer today, man. So but that's what we talk about on Cause We Geek, y'all. So Kings, everything else I'm forgetting, man.
Shout out to the members, bro. Before we leave, members only shows have been hot the past couple of weeks. They're always hot, but with the members. But yeah, definitely check them out. Become a member if you aren't already. But other than that, share, more share. Y'all like is equivalent of a share. Help us out to reach our next goal of 5K over here on this channel. But also follow me on my other channel, We Talk Combats, where we talk about all things combat sports and entertainment. Myself and my co-host every Sunday around 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. We had a show this past weekend where we talked about the past pay-per-view that just happened, PLE, Money in the Bank, and also the big R-Truth news. We should have a bunch of R-Truth news to talk about as well this weekend when we have our show. So follow us over there. We're on our next way. We're trying to get to our first goal of 500 subscribers. Help us out over there. And thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, like I said, we will be back here Friday, members. For everybody else, we'll be back here on Monday. We're going to definitely talk about this series, man, the finals. So y'all join us here on Monday. With all that being said, guys, you already know.
No cap.
But crown.